Alright, what's going on everyone? Just wanted to make this hopefully super quick video going over this really cool product that people aren't really talking about. Someone sent me a code for this, appreciated if you see this video. And I've heard of these. I've actually bought one. I bought one of the older ones. But I didn't know a new one was out, and no one really talks about these, and they're really cool. So I wanted to go over it, show you why it's actually a really good deal. Ask you guys if maybe you want some upgrade guides for these. But first, if you're not familiar with this, it's $10 USD, really cheap. You get 2 decks. You get right here 2 60 card decks built to be played against each other. So a great starting kind of like new player product if you're new to Magic. But you would think like, oh, this is just a new player product, not good for me. Well, there's 2 key points here. First off, there's 5 rares in these, and they're actually pretty good. As you can see, there's a Welcoming Vampire here, which has actually been played competitively. There's a Thundering Raiju, which has seen some fringe play. But there's actually 5 rares per deck, which is crazy. You get 10 rares, and there is a code to redeem this on Magic Arena. So even if you don't play in paper, or if you just play both, you can get the decks on Arena, and you get 10 cards, 10 rares added to your account. Plus, if you already have them, then it's Vault Progress, so that's pretty decent. And all for just 10 bucks. But I want to look at the decks, because they're actually, I would say the decks aren't that great. They're kind of okay. But what you get in them is kind of surprising. So first off, Welcoming Vampire. You don't get these fancy versions. This is just what MTG Goldfish is showing. Welcoming Vampire is a $5 card. You're also getting a Hullbreaker Horror. This is played in competitive decks. This is played in all kinds of blue control decks and stuff. It's also a $3 card. You're also getting 2 Fading Hopes, which are $1 each. If we go to Arena, we can see what the rares are. So we get Welcoming Vampire. We get Extraction Specialist, which is fringe playable. It's seen some play, not crazy, but playable. We get Dream Shackle Geist, which is way better than people think. I don't see this very often, but it's a really cool card, actually. 3 mana, 3/1 flying. Tap something every turn, or make something unable to tap every turn, which is kind of great, and no one plays it, don't know why. We get the Hullbreaker Horror, of course, and then you get a Consuming Tide. And the total value of this deck, $14, of course, there's lots of bulk, but you still get $5 here, right? $5 in the Welcoming Vampire, $3 in the Hullbreaker Horror, and $2 in the Fading Hopes, which are all playable and kind of great. And then the other deck, right here, we'll go to Arena to see the rares. You get Ascendant Pack Leader. That's a playable card in green aggro. We get Topiary Stomper, which is fine. It's seen some play, not a whole lot though. It's kind of medium. Creepy Puppeteer, kind of a bulk rare, not really played at all. Thundering Raiju, which isn't loaded for some reason, is sort of playable. It's like it kind of comes and goes. It's been in the metagame a little bit here and there, but nothing too crazy. There is that like Gruul modified deck that plays this. And then you get Glorious Sunrise, also kind of like a fringe card. I've lost to it before in a video, so that's not bad. Total price, $8. Nothing too crazy in terms of value here. You get $1 in Topiary Stomper. Nothing too crazy. But the cool thing about this, of course, is you can just put the code into your account on Arena and get these cards, right? Get an Ascendant Pack Leader. Playable card, get a Welcoming Vampire, playable card, get a Hullbreaker Horror. So not bad. And the decks are interesting. I don't really like. There's lots of bulk. Backup Agent, not great. Inspiring Overseers played in Angels, but like this is not great. Stormrider Spirit, not great. Kill Shot's fine, but it's a pretty mediocre removal spell. But again, the fact that this is $10, you get the decks, you can play with them in paper, completely untouched. That's great. And then you get both of the decks on Arena, and you get 2 copies, basically, because you can give one to a friend or whatever. Also great. And the fact that this has such a low entry fee, right? $10. The retail price is $15. This is what you'll see at your local game store. $15 is still fine, but $10 is great. That's awesome. And I also wanted to talk about last year's version, which is here. Also note, does it say here? It does not. The cards, I guess if we go here, they're all from Midnight Hunt forward. So these are all going to be standard playable for the next 2 years. None of these cards are going to rotate in the fall. So last year's, and this is getting old now, these will rotate. But I just wanted to show it because it's $7 at the moment. Again, $15 retail, but $7 at the moment. And once again, we see playable cards. Dragon's Guard Elite. Not like it's in that fringe, like Selesnya Magecraft deck. And then Cyclone Summoner. Also, it saw some play when it first released. There was that control deck that played it. Not seeing play right now. I would say this is less good. And by the way, if you want to know if this video is genuine, if we just scroll up right here, I actually bought this months ago. It's currently June 21st as I'm recording this. You guys will see this later today, tomorrow, sometime in the next couple days. But I bought this months ago, so I bought this just to unlock these cards on my account a few months ago. So I'm not just making this video to try to, I don't know, sell this to you. It doesn't matter to me whether you buy it, but I bought it and I thought it was cool, and people don't really talk about these. But this one is less good. As you see from a value perspective, it's $7.50, but we're talking it's mostly bulk, right? There's nothing over $1. But in terms of rares, you get Dragon's Guard Elite. This comes in foil, so you get a foil one of these. So that's pretty cool. You get an Oran Reef Ooze, also, played in fringe casual decks, +1/+1 counter decks. Then you get some bulk stuff. Cleaving Reaper, not really played. Asmodeus, not really played. Crag, Plate Ballast. It's like every once in a while it's in a sideboard. But still, adding these cards to your arena account because you get the codes, right? The other deck, once again, in terms of value, you do get a $2 Archmage Emeritus. But nothing crazy. But still, on arena, you get an Arnie Broken Brow that did see play shortly after it was released in Red Aggro decks, not really played right now. You get the Archmage, you get the Calamity Bearer right here if you want to play Giants, but not really played. Mind Flayer, again, you don't get the fancy card, but also not really played, but there's that. And then the Cyclone Summoner, which is in foil and was played upon release, but not really played too much now. Also, like Thundering Rebuke is a good removal spell, but that's about it. So these are less good, I think. Less value, less like competitive cards, but also $7, right? $7, you get the decks. You can play them in paper. If you're new, it's a great starting point. Buy this. Literally $7. You have 2 decks that can play against each other. And then you use the code, throw it on your arena account, unlock all the cards, get a bunch of Vault Progress if you already have the cards, or just unlock a bunch of cards on your arena account. So that's pretty great. I wanted to talk about that. My question to you guys is, do you want to see upgrade guides for these decks? I was looking at them and there's not, this blue-white one doesn't have a very strong theme. It kind of has it's like a tempo deck. It has some flying stuff. It has some counters and it balances. It's kind of a tempo deck, sort of, but just not a very good one. But it's also got some like value stuff with Wretched Throng. It's kind of all over the place. The Screen Red deck is sort of a like ramp into a Modify Matters deck. There's lots of +1 counters, kind of, but not really. So my question is, are you interested in upgrade guides for these decks? Are there enough people? Because that's my big question is, I don't know if I want to spend time upgrading these and no one knows about them, right? Like, I don't even think the professor who makes videos about every single product that's ever released has made a video about these. Like, these are just, no one talks about them. So if no one knows what these are, is it worth my time to upgrade them if no one cares, right? Like no one plays with these decks, so who cares if they're upgraded? Also, upgrading them will make them not very good to play against each other. But just curious, if you're watching this, are you interested in upgrade guides? I guess I'll judge by comments and how many people just watch the video, I guess. But I'm just curious. If people are interested in upgrade guides. And even if you're not, at the end of the day, like, this is such a good value. I just thought it was worth making a video on really quick. So check these out. They're kind of cool. I don't know if there's older ones. I don't know how far back they go. But there was one in 2022 and there was one in 2021. Super cheap. Get a bunch of cards on your arena account. And, actually get some fairly competitive cards. Get a Welcoming Vampire and a Thundering Raiju and an Ascendant Pack Leader, right here it is. You can see here, actually. So just a pretty cool product that people don't talk about, and maybe we'll do upgrade guides if people are interested. That's all, though. That's all I wanted to talk about, guys. Thanks for watching. Check those out or whatever. I'll leave links, Amazon links, check your local game store, of course. But I will leave Amazon links if you're interested. But yeah, let me know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.